Basically, this goes over the top of a penis. So I will take off the lid here. Inside, there is a silicone hole, which the penis goes into here. Hi guys, I'm Chantal Otten, and I have been enlisted by Pedestrian TV to be your resident sex and dating expert whilst we are in isolation. We're all adapting to a new normal right now, and we thought it would be really great to cover a whole range of topics, with each episode focusing on a particular aspect of being in isolation. Whether that be you're single and looking to date, or you're in a relationship and cooped up with your boo and have a few things on your mind. This episode, I'm going to be focusing on the latter, and we're going to be talking about how do I experiment with my partner during isolation. So we sent out some polls on Instagram, and I am here to answer what you, my dear pedestrian readers, wanted to know about how do I experiment with my partner during isolation. This is a really good question for all of those couples that are cooped up together and wanting to know how to, I guess, step outside their comfort zone or try new things. I'm here to answer a few of your questions. I hope you like it. The answer is, it's totally fine. This COVID stuff is really, really stressful. And I think you have to remember that stress and sexuality don't really go together. So what I would first do is just assess why you're not in the mood. We have to think about desire for sexuality, so the fact that you want to have sex, in a way that we have to think about accelerators like a car and a brake for a car. We need to have more accelerators than brakes. So think about your personal sexuality right now and go, why are my brakes on? And what are they? Maybe my brakes are financial stress. Maybe I'm not feeling so great. Maybe I'm worried about COVID. Maybe I'm worried about my job or my family or my friends. These are all brakes, and you have to think about what ones you can control and what ones you can put in a little box and maybe put on a shelf for a period of time while you have an erotic experience with your partner. Then we have to think about accelerators. What's going to make you feel good? Maybe that's a long, hot shower. Maybe that's having a cuddle with your partner and going, you know what? Maybe I will just say yes and throw myself into this erotic situation. Maybe that's about you two just having a chat and going, you know what? I'm not feeling so into it right now, but why don't we work together as a team and try and get back in the sack? I really think that it's important to know what is going to feed your sexual self and your sexual self-esteem. For a lot of people, staying cooped up in the same apartment is going to be really difficult. So go for walks, get your time to yourself, phone a friend, phone your family members, do things that make you happy, and you will feel more open to being intimate with your partner when you come back from that. One thing that might help with all of these feelings at the moment is my sexual self-esteem course, which will be in the link at the bottom of this video. Okay, so first of all, don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared about when it comes to anal sex. It's just that it feels a little bit more intense. There's a lot of nerve endings around the anus that will feel very different from other types of sex that you've had. They're kind of on a border. We want them to feel pleasant and pleasurable and satisfactory for you, but I think for a lot of people they're confusing in those first times that you have anal stimulation. So what I'm going to do to tell you to prepare for this is, first of all, let's relax your body. I want you to have a really hot shower. I want you to feel really clean, feel good. Probably don't try anal sex if you have a bit of a bad stomach or not having a good day, or if you've had a really stressful day, because if you're stressed, your pelvic floor muscles and your anus muscles are going to tighten up and it's not going to be fun. So let's do it at a time where you've prepped for it, you've put aside some time, you've had a shower, you've communicated with your sexual partner, and you're going to just ease into a little bit. Ask your sexual partner to just feel around the anus with some lubricant on their hands. So a good silicone-based lubricant is appropriate, but it would be really great for you to just use what you have for right now. Maybe even some coconut oil would be a good idea. Just feel around the anus and feel if you like it or not. I think that that's the most important thing. On the outside, it's very pleasurable. And then if you can ask your sexual partner to just slowly put their finger inside the back door, that will feel a little bit different for you. Fingers are very porous, so sometimes it might not be to your style. Porous means that it's a little bit rougher. So maybe a small vibrator to put in the back door would be better, that's made out of silicone, and one that your partner's holding onto or has a base on the end so it's not gonna disappear inside the anal region. So putting that in slowly, and instead of moving it in and out, just pressing the on button and feeling the vibrations. If you are using a penis, then again, lots of lubrication and just ease into it. I like people to put on some music so their mind can get into the flow of the music rather than focusing or, I guess, imagining discomfort at the back. If you can get into a bit of a sexy mood, feel good, have your music going, get into the flow, it's going to make anal sex a lot better. Do anal sex with someone that you feel really comfortable with and make sure that you have fun. If you don't like it, that's also completely okay. It's just a no for now. You can try it again at a later stage and maybe you will like it next time you do it. You have to ease into it and see how it feels for you. Such a good question, and this relates to anyone at any stage in any relationship. Things are going to feel the same after a while. The way I like to think about it is, I'm Chantel. I get with my partner and I say, hey, these are all the things I don't want to do. This is what I will do. These are my leftovers. These are the things that I'm comfortable doing with you. And my partner goes, hey, I'm Dylan. I don't want to do these things, but I do feel really comfortable and excited and enthusiastic to do these things. So we have our leftovers. Now, think about it in this way. If my favorite food is spaghetti bolognese and I cook it and then I eat it and then I eat it the next day, and every time I go to have dinner, I have to eat spaghetti bolognese because that's what I'm comfortable with, that's what I'm excited about, that's something that makes me feel good. After a while, if you keep eating it so much, you're not going to desire it anymore. You're not going to get excited about it. It's not going to be your favorite meal anymore. And it's the same with sex. If we keep having our same leftover meal every single time, we're not going to be that inspired with it. So what I'm asking you to do is change up the menu a little bit. Think of different types of cuisines, spices, maybe you can just have an entree. Maybe the next night you can have a main, maybe the next night you can have a dessert. You don't need to have a full 3-course meal every time, and you don't need to have the same meal every time. So how do we try different types of sexual cuisines? We just expand our comfort zone a little bit. So maybe we have never tried using toys. I think it's a good idea for you to sit with your sexual partner and go, well, I really like clitoral stimulation, so the best bet is for me to get a clitoral stimulator. And then also, ask their partner, what are you into? What can we try together for you? And maybe that will mean a different type of vibrator. Maybe that will mean a male masturbator. It's really about exploring your options together and being a team to get excited about the act that's coming or the meal that you're having. Another thing is try having sexual experiences in different places. So if you're always having it in the bedroom, why don't you try having it in the shower instead, or on the couch? Hopefully you have a private, safe space to do it together. I always believe that it's a really good idea to mix up your locations to try and explore the way that you feel in different scenarios. You might feel like a different type of sexual person when you're having sex on the couch. It might be really cool and exciting. Another thing that I would really recommend that you give a go is thinking about being a little bit more kinky. So really slotting into what's going to mix things up in a way that I'm a bit nervous about, but I'm comfortable with trying. So maybe trying to buy a little bondage set, or tying each other's hands up with a scarf, or maybe exploring different erogenous zones with different pressures. So nipple play, you can do, biting or squeezing, scratching on the skin, or different types of stimulation. Maybe it be massage with oil, nibbling, tickling, anything that's a little bit different and out of your norm. So to mix it up, first of all, we try a different place. Second of all, we try some different sex toys. Third of all, different types of stimulation. Add one on at the end, try different music. My sex playlist, if you go on Spotify and look up Chantal and Sexologist, is on there. It's a really erotic, sensual playlist that will hopefully get you in the mood to try and have a different type of sexual experience in the bedroom. At the end of the day, if you're with someone in the long term, you're going to have to change the way that you have sex and adapt it and grow and expand together. So from my perspective, you have to come at it from a really positive angle, in a way that they can't get offended, because it's not just spicing it up, it's actually enhancing your sexual selves as a couple. So you can say, hey, I just want to try a few things. I saw Chantal's video the other day and she was talking about sex toys, and I thought that would be really fun for us. Or I read an article the other day about sex in the shower, and I thought, why don't you and I jump in together? Or I bought this lube the other day off this website, and it says that it makes your penis tingle. Why don't we give that a go? I think it's about actually just introducing what you want to do and see how they go about it. If they're hesitant, if they say no, don't take it as a no forever. Let's take it as a no for now and just say, okay, well, I understand that you don't feel comfortable with that, but can we keep talking about it until we get to a place where you and I come to a solution where we can have different types of sex or try different types of things where we're both really, really happy. Now, I have some sex toys here with me that I thought I would show you. And first of all, I'm going to show you the most important thing that you should have in your bedroom, and that is lubricant. Lubricant should always be used in sexual situations because they just make sex so much better, whether it be by yourself or with others. This is a real staple in anyone's bedroom. I have a little purse-friendly Uberlube here, which is a silicone lubricant. Silicone lubricants are compatible with skin-on-skin contact, and they're really good if you get a little bit of discomfort down there because they don't wear off. However, you can't use silicone lubricant with condoms or sex toys because it will wear away the material. So I suggest that you get a really good water-based lubricant. I've got a really basic one here that is hypoallergenic, so if you have any difficulty with other types of lubricants, this is just a Love Honey one, and it's really good for comfort, intimate play. You can get flavored ones, strawberry flavored, gin and tonic flavored. Those are always really fun, and you can get tingling lubricants that can help enhance your sexual pleasure. In terms of toys, for anyone who has a penis or anyone who is dating someone who has a penis, this is a really good toy to get. It's called the Tenga sleeve. Basically, this goes over the top of a penis. So I will take off the lid here. Inside, there is a silicone hole, which the penis goes into here, and there's lubrication in there. Basically, you just move it up and down the penis. It has different types of stimulation inside, and you can tighten the grip if you like to change the way the pleasure feels for the person receiving. One date night suggestion that I would recommend for you is an erotic massage, so a full body oil massage. You have sexy music playing, you have candles going, and then finish it off with a happy ending. This can also be done the other way around. So if the person receiving has a clitoris, then I would recommend a really good clitoral stimulator. This is the Womanizer Liberty. It comes with a little handy travel hygienic case that goes over the top. And once you turn this on, it sends pleasure airwave technology over the top of the clitoris, which brings blood to that area and builds up your climatic experience. So again, you can do a full body erotic massage and then hold this over the top of your lover's clitoris and wait for them to feel the pleasure sensations there. I always recommend anyone who has a clitoris to have one of these because you can use it during partnered sex as well. It allows you to be in control of your pleasure. So like before, I was talking about anal sex and to put a clitoral vibrator on the front, this would be an exact model of what I would use. What else have I got here? One thing that I just wanted to bring out, which I thought would be fun for a date night, especially during isolation, is having dinner together and one of you wearing these vibrating knickers. So these are from Love Honey. They're adjustable, so all sizes can wear them. Super stretchy, super comfortable, and they look great on. And there's a little bullet vibrator that you put inside the front here that comes, sorry, I haven't taken it out, but with a remote. So you can control your lover's pleasure from across the other side of the table over a glass of wine. Could also be fun to go to the supermarket with one of you wearing this. Anyway, I'll leave that up for you. And that's it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, we're going to be talking to all the single people out there, and I'm going to be teaching you how to snag and nail a virtual date. Can't wait.